What if I told you that the most powerful empire in history didn't rule through armies, didn't conquer land, and didn't wear a crown? What if real power wasn't held by kings or presidents, but by the people who financed them? Every major war, every collapsing empire, every booming economy had one thing in common. Money had to come from somewhere, and for over 2 centuries, one name quietly appeared behind the scenes, again and again. Not on flags, not in textbooks, but in ledgers. That name is Rothschild. Today, we're not chasing myths or internet rumors. We're following the cause and effect trail of money to answer one question. How did one family become known as the greatest financier in history? And why does their model still shape the world you live in today? Stay until the end, because the final pattern is still unfolding, and most people miss it. Setting the stage: money before modern banking, 045 to 230. Before we can understand the Rothschilds, we need to understand the world before them. In the late 1700s, there were no global banks, no instant transfers, no central banking system as we know it. Kings ruled nations, but they didn't control money flows. Wars were expensive, empires were broke, and rulers constantly needed loans. Here's the key problem. Greater than governments needed money faster than they could collect taxes. So power slowly shifted, not to rulers but to financiers. Most banking families were local, their influence ended at borders. But history was about to change, because one family understood something others didn't. Greater than information, speed and trust are more powerful than gold itself. This is where the story truly begins. Mayer Emschal Rothschild was born in the Frankfurt ghetto in the mid-1700s. He wasn't born rich, he wasn't born powerful, but he was born observant. As a young man, he noticed something critical. Nobles didn't just need money, they needed reliable money. Mayer began as a coin dealer, trading rare currencies and financing small transactions, but instead of expanding randomly, he made a bold decision. Greater than he would build a family-based financial network, not a single bank. Why? Because trust mattered more than contracts. So he sent his 5 sons to the 5 most powerful financial centers in Europe: Frankfurt, London, Paris, Vienna, Naples. Each son ran operations independently, but shared information instantly through private couriers. This wasn't just banking. It was the first international financial intelligence network. Cause effect: faster information equals better decisions equals safer loans. Safer loans equals trust from kings. The machine was built. Now, history would test it. The turning point came during the Napoleonic Wars. Europe was on fire. Empires were desperate. Britain needed massive funding to fight France, but moving gold across borders was dangerous and slow. The Rothschild network solved the impossible. They moved value without moving gold. Through letters of credit, trusted intermediaries, and speed, they financed armies while others failed. Here's the critical moment most people misunderstand. The Rothschilds didn't pick sides based on ideology. They picked stability. They financed governments, not revolutions. Cause effect: governments survive, debts get repaid, influence increases. Influence increases, gives access, expands by the end of the wars. The Rothschilds weren't just bankers. They were systemically necessary. And when peace came, something even bigger happened. Fallout, myths, fear, and misunderstanding as the 19th and 20th centuries unfolded. The Rothschilds reduced public visibility, not because they lost power, but because visibility became dangerous. Conspiracy theories exploded. Facts blurred with fiction. But let's separate cause from effect. Did they control the world? No. Did they influence financial systems? Absolutely. Here's the truth. Most extremes, greater than they didn't invent power. They mastered financial leverage. And that model didn't die. It evolved. Failed fixes can systems escape financial power? Over time, governments tried to reclaim control. Central banks, financial regulations, national currencies, but every fix created new dependencies. Central banks still rely on bond markets, investor confidence. Debt rollover, the pattern repeats. 1. Governments overspend. 2. Debt increases. 3. Financial systems gain influence. The Rothschild era didn't indeed went public. Modern parallels, the pattern repeats. Today, global debt exceeds hundreds of trillions. Markets react faster than governments. Information moves at light speed. The tools changed. The structure didn't. Modern financial giants follow the same principles. Networked power, information advantage, long-term positioning. The Rothschild lesson wasn't about secrecy. It was about systems thinking. Final takeaways. What history teaches? U.S. takeaway. Number 1. Money flows define power. Who controls the flow? Not the flag shapes history. Takeaway number 2. Stability beats speculation. The greatest financiers survive by avoiding chaos, not creating it. Takeaway number 3. Systems outlive individuals, families fade, models remain. Closing warning plus call to action. The biggest mistake people make is asking, who controls the money? The smarter question is, greater than how does money control behavior? That answer is still being written. If you want to understand power, economics, and history beyond headlines, subscribe. Because this channel doesn't chase noise. It follows the money, and money always leaves a trail.